Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 27th of December, 1983. And the title is, Don't be a beggar, but one who has a right for all time. Having gone around the world today, the Father, the Creator of the world, reached the spiritual happy gathering of His children at His meeting place. What did He see on His world tour? That all souls, children of the bestower, are begging in the form of beggars. Some are royal beggars, and others are ordinary beggars. From everyone's lips and mind, the only sound you can hear is, give me this, give me that. Some are beggars for wealth, some are beggars for cooperation. Some are beggars for relations, some are beggars for happiness and comfort for a short time. Some are beggars for rest and sleep, some are beggars for liberation. Some are beggars for just a glimpse, some are beggars for death, and some are beggars for followers. In this way, people are begging from the Father, from great souls, from deity souls, and from souls with whom they have a physical relationships, saying, give me this, give me that. Having seen the world of beggars, Bapdada has reached the gathering of those who are self-sovereigns. Those who have a right cannot beg. Give me this, give me that, even in their thoughts. The words of a beggar are give me this, whereas the words of a soul who has a right are all of this is my right. You have become such souls with a right, have you not? Without your asking, the Father, the bestower, has automatically given you a right to all imperishable attainments. All of you had just one expression in your thoughts, my Baba. In just a few words, the Father said, the world of all treasures is yours. Just the one thought or expression became an instrument to give you all rights, mine and yours. These two words trap you in a cycle, whereas those two words liberate you from all the perishable sorrowful cycles and give you all rights to all attainments. You became free from all the different spinning and took just the one discuss of self-realization. That is, you became a spinner of the discuss of self-realization. Whenever you become trapped in any type of spinning through your body, mind, wealth, people, relations, and connections, the reason for that is that you let go of the discuss of self-realization. The discuss of self-realization is always shown over one finger. They don't show 5 fingers or 2 fingers. One finger means just the one thought. I belong to the Father, and the Father belongs to me. The discuss of self-realization spins on the finger of this one thought. When you let go of one and become caught up in many thoughts, you become trapped in many types of spinning. To be a spinner of the discuss of self-realization means to have a vision of the self and to remain happy and content for all time. If you don't have a vision of the self, then instead of being content and happy, you become one with many questions. To be content and happy means to have no questions. Therefore, always remain happy and content with the vision of the self. That is, be one who has a right to all attainments. not to be in a beggar form in front of the Father, even in your thoughts. Do this work or get it done. Give me this experience. Finish this obstacle. Can there be anything lacking in the court of a master bestower? This is an imperishable sovereignty for the self. It is a kingdom where the treasure store of all treasures are overflowing. Can there be anything lacking when the treasure stores are overflowing? What is the need to ask anybody of the bestower who automatically gives you everything imperishable and limitless without your asking for it? The Father Himself gives you multi-millionfold more than you thought of yourself. So don't be a beggar, even in your thoughts. This is known as having a right. Have you become those with a right in this way? You sing the song, I have attained everything. Do you not? Or do you sing the song of complaint? I have yet to attain this. I have yet to attain this. Where there is remembrance, there cannot be complaints. Where there are complaints, there cannot be remembrance. Do you understand? You don't sometimes take off the dress of the stage of one who has a right to the kingdom, and in place of that, put on the dress of the stage of a beggar who is always begging. Do you? You haven't kept anything hidden away in your suitcase of sanskars, have you? Have you burnt the suitcase as well as the dress of that stage? Or have you kept it aside for a time of need? There shouldn't be the slightest trace remaining even in your sanskars. Otherwise, you will become two-colored, sometimes a beggar and sometimes one who has a right. Therefore, constantly remain colored with one elevated color. Those of you from the Punjab are clever in coloring something. Are you not? You are not those who color something with the color that comes off, are you? And those from Rajasthan are those who have a right to the kingdom. You are not those with the sanskars of dependence. You are those who constantly have a right to the kingdom. The third group is from Indore. You are always beyond the influence of Maya, always indoors. Those who remain inside means those who are always under the Father's canopy of protection. You too are conquerors of Maya, are you not? The fourth group is Maharashtra, which means great souls, great in everything. Your thoughts, words, and deeds, all three, are extremely great. Great souls are always complete souls. The four rivers from the four sides have come together, but all of you are those who have a right to being an embodiment of all attainments. Are you not? As well as the four, the fifth are the double foreigners. Where is there a meeting of five rivers? On the banks of Madhuban. There is the meeting of the rivers and the ocean. Acha, to the souls who always have a right to self-sovereignty and are spinners of the discus of self-realization and thereby always remain happy and content, to the great souls who are overflowing with all treasures, to those who have finished being a beggar even in their thoughts, to such prosperous children of the bestower, eternal Baptada's blessing of, may you be immortal and always an embodiment of fullness, love, remembrance, and namaste. Bapdada mating groups. 1. You are so fortunate that the branches from so many different places have been made into one tree. Now, all of you consider yourselves to belong to the one tree, do you not? All of you have become part of the same sandalwood tree. Previously, you were all different types of sticks. Now, you have become the sticks of the sandalwood tree. Sandalwood gives fragrance. True sandalwood has so much value, and people keep sandalwood with themselves with so much love. Even the Father always keeps with him the elevated souls who always give fragrance just like sandalwood. One is that the Father keeps you with him, and the other is that you are the invaluable jewels in front of the world. The world doesn't know this yet, but later on, they will look at you with a high vision. Just as you look at a star with a high vision, so too, they will look at you stars of knowledge. So, you are valuable, are you not? You just became part of the sandalwood tree and became God's companions. So, you constantly consider yourselves to be famous souls who are always living with the Father. Do you not? You are so famous that even today you are remembered and worshipped through your non-living forms. You are famous throughout the whole cycle. While sitting at home, you have become multi-million times fortunate. Have you not? Fortune has come to you. You didn't chase fortune, but fortune came to you. Can anyone else be as fortunate? Your life itself became so elevated. A life is not 1 or 2 hours. A life is for all time. You haven't just become yogis, but those with a yogi life. A yogi life means a constant yogi. One who is a constant yogi will constantly have the awareness of the Father and the Self, an elevated soul, while eating, drinking, walking, and moving around and doing everything. As the Father, so the children. Whatever the Father's virtues and task, they are also the children's. This is known as a yogi life. Such yogis who are constantly absorbed in the love of one are those who can constantly remain cheerful. The happiness of the mind also affects the body. Since you are embodiments of all attainments, where there are all attainments, there would be happiness. Would there not? There would be no name or trace of sorrow. To be a constant embodiment of happiness means to remain constantly cheerful. There isn't the slightest attraction to the world of sorrow. If your intellect is pulled to the world of sorrow, it means you are attracted there. Those who are always cheerful, harshit, cannot be attracted, akarshit, by the world of sorrow. If you are attracted, you cannot remain cheerful. Therefore, always remain cheerful. The inheritance is for all time. This is the specialty. The confluence age is the age of blessings. Those who play a part in the age of blessings would themselves be those who are always blessed, would they not? When you have a blessing, you don't need to make effort. Where there is effort, there are no blessings. Have you received your fortune of the kingdom as blessing or through effort? As soon as you became a child of the bestower of blessings, you received a blessing. The most elevated blessing you received was, may you be imperishable. You became imperishable, and so you will automatically receive the imperishable inheritance. You are the imperishable souls of the imperishable age. The bestower of blessings himself has become your father, teacher, and Satguru. And so, what else remains? Always have this awareness. To be imperishable means always have a constant and steady stage, not sometimes up above and sometimes down below. Because you have received the Father's inheritance, since you have received a blessing, why should you come down? So always remember that you are great souls who always remain in an elevated stage. You became the Father's children, and so you became special souls. Every thought, word, and deed of a special soul would be special. Let your words and thoughts and deeds be so special that other souls also receive inspiration to become special. You are such special souls. Although you may be living in the ordinary world in an ordinary form, you are still unique and loved by the Father. You are like lotus flowers. You are not those who become trapped in the dirt, but those who remove others from the dirt. Those who are experienced will never be deceived by becoming trapped. Acha? 2. Do you always consider yourselves to be those who have faith in the intellect and so are victorious jewels? Always have faith in the intellect means always to be victorious. Where there is faith, there is automatically constant victory. If there isn't victory, it means there is a lack of faith somewhere. Whether it is faith in the self, faith in the Father, or faith in knowledge. A lack of faith in any of these means no victory. The sign of faith is victory. You are experienced, are you not? Maya can never shake someone who has faith in the intellect. They will make Maya shake, but they themselves will not shake. If the foundation of faith is unshakable, you yourselves will remain unshakable. As the foundation is, so the building is just as strong. If the foundation of faith is unshakable, then the building of actions will also be unshakable. You know Maya very well, do you not? You have the knowledge of why and when Maya comes. Those who know the ways in which Maya comes will always remain safe. When you are aware of where an enemy comes from, in that way you take safety measures, do you not? If you are sensible, why should Maya attack you? Maya should be defeated. Constantly have the awareness that you are the victorious jewels and that you are victorious once every cycle and continue to move forward. Birds eat the weak leaves. Therefore, become strong. If you become strong, the birds of Maya will not eat you and you will remain safe. 3. Have you become one who is always an embodiment of peace, a child of the ocean of peace? Do you have the intoxication that you are a soul who will establish peace in the world? Your original religion is peace, and your task is to establish peace in the world. Those who are an embodiment of peace will be able to establish peace in the world. You are the especially cooperative souls of the Father, the ocean of peace. This is the Father's task, and so it is also the children's task. Therefore, always remain an embodiment of peace. Let there be no name or trace of peacelessness. The world of peacelessness has been renounced. You have now become deities of peace. They say, the deity of peace. You have become gods and goddesses who give peace. By constantly remaining busy in this task, you will automatically become conquerors of Maya. How can Maya be where there is peace? Darkness cannot stay where there is peace. That is light. Peacelessness has run away. You bade farewell to it for half the cycle. You are those who bade it farewell in this way. Are you not? 4. Do you consider yourselves to be souls who are constantly with the Father and who constantly receive His cooperation? Do you constantly experience His company? When you have the constant company of the Father, you easily have all attainments. If you don't have the Father's company, then you don't have all attainments, because the Father is the bestower of all attainments. When the bestower is with you, then all the attainments would also be with you. Constantly to have the Father's company means to have a right to all attainments. To be souls who are embodiments of all attainments means to be souls who are overflowing and always unshakable. If you are not full, you will keep on fluctuating. To be full means to be unshakable. Since the Father is giving His company, those who are to take it should take it. The bestower is giving it. So you should take it completely, not just a little. Devotees become happy with just a little, but to be knowledgeable means to take everything. Acha, blessing, may you be loved by the Father and the family by becoming worthy of trust with your courage of truth. The boat of faith is truth. When you have honesty in your heart and head, you automatically receive the Father's and family's love and trust. Because of that trust, they give full rights to that one. That one automatically becomes loving to all. Therefore, with the courage of truth, become worthy of being trusted. Don't try to prove the truth, but become an embodiment of truth and continue to move forward at a fast speed. Slogan: the wealthiest are those who have the treasures of peace and purity. Om Shanti.